is this all there is? Have you ever asked yourself that question before? Like you close a big deal and you're like, is this all there is? Or, you find yourself, quote unquote successful, but maybe not feeling satisfied. Maybe not feeling like the work you're doing is really impactful or, at the end of the day, like that you're in alignment with what you really value, that maybe it just became about making money and doing deals. And you were just in that rat race, in that, in that little hamster wheel, running and running and running and running and running. If you've been in that place where you just felt like you've been grinding and grinding and grinding and finding yourself saying, okay, I guess I'm successful, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the joy, the love, the passion, right? When Mike said to me, who would you be? Like the top 4 or 5 answers for me were happy, grateful, in a state of joy, right? Feeling good. Like it was so obvious to me that I needed to make that a priority and that I was following the old model of do, have, be. Like if I worked hard enough and I collected enough shit, then one day I'm supposed to feel satisfied and happy. And it wasn't happening for me, my friend. It absolutely was not happening for me. I needed a conscious shift. I needed a shift around who would I be if I was already there? And then as I mentioned, the doing became automatic. And guess what? The have just keeps having along, right? Because we all know the more problems you solve for others, the more income you create, right? And the having shows up in different ways. It's not just monetary. It's not just stuff. It's memories, right? Being the right person, doing the right thing, adding more memories every day, every week, wins, etc., little ones, big ones, all this stuff under the sun, which at the end of the day, it's just making up the dash of my life. Do you know the poem, The Dash? If you haven't read it, you should Google it. The Dash is basically a poem about the dash between the day you were born and the day you die. And it's just a beautiful piece of work, unfortunately read usually during a very sad moment. But when you begin to realize that your life is that dash, hey, born 1970, passed away on X day, decades later, right? When you see that dash, it makes you think, yeah, that's my life. How many really great memories do I want? How many great experiences do I want? How many people do I want to have served in my life? How many people do I want to have touched in my life where they may reflect back in their dash and say, thank God I met her. Thank God I met him. Boy, yes, he was a salesperson who sold me something, but it transformed my life. Or it was a person that introduced me to a business or an idea or a friend or a new set of distinctions and ideas, and it completely transformed my life. How much of that do you want? And yes, the vacations and the fun and the family, it's the whole enchilada, my friends. So is there a warning that you would offer to the listener? And I guess I would say yes. And it would really come down to, what is your arc of perspective? You see, if your perspective is coming from a fixed mindset, coming from a place of lack and doubt and limitation and stuck in the past and worried about what everybody else thinks, these questions are very confronting, right? These questions are basically, I'm sort of punching you in the heart in a loving way and saying, this is your life. You have to be responsible. If you don't want to answer the questions and you want to blame everybody else, you're done before you start. But if your heart is open and your mind is open and you realize like really in your heart and in your head that there's just so much more in you, then these questions will tap into that. And again, I want to stress to you, I didn't just sit there with Mike, answer all the questions, nor did I get on the airplane and fly back from Miami to LA and cement it all. It took me 18 months. It took me 18 months of, journaling on it a little bit here and a little bit there and reflecting on it and answering the questions and going back and re-looking at the values. So like everything else in life that's worthwhile, it's going to require some time and some work on your part. So, if you're in a weird state right now, if you're dealing with a tragedy or something that was really bad for you, post-traumatic stress disorder, anything, a divorce, an end, something that really rocked your world, These could be the most important questions you could ever ask. The question is it the right timing, right? Do you need to heal first, get through the anger, get through the emotion, and then start making those big decisions, which is sort of following that natural path? So I hope I'm finding you at the other end of that, where you're deciding how you want it to be, or I hope I'm finding you just in a wide open place. Like, man, I just clicked on this podcast randomly. I heard about this, got referred by a friend, or you're a longtime listener and someone I get to see all the time. And you were just ready to have a coaching moment to really tap into your greatness. Because that's really what these 5 questions are about. Remember how it all started. What does Mike Vance, Steve Jobs, Mother Teresa, Walt Disney, right, Jack, what do they all have in common? They'd all answer these questions and they live by it every single day. Now notice, if I would have asked, hey, Mike, there's 7.2 billion people on the planet. How do they operate? How do you think he would have answered that question? I don't think he would have said they took the time to answer all these questions and design how they wanted their life to be. From Mother Teresa, helping people in the passing of their life in Calcutta, to Steve Jobs completely changing the landscape of our planet with all things iPhone, laptops, and everything else, right? Both were on their path. Both had answered the questions. So I hope you're in a good state as you're listening to this, because it'll absolutely impact your decisions, your choices, and even your ability just to answer it. Like if you find yourself going, I don't know, shut up, right? If you did know, maybe stand up, get your arms in the air, maybe jump on a trampoline, maybe go for a run, maybe like take off all your clothes, look in the mirror and say, that's what it is. That's my life. That's the direction I've taken myself. Now, how do I want it to be? How do I want it to be? If I could get in control, what would I do? If I could answer the question, how would I answer? It's all a conversation, my friend, and the choice is yours. All right, my friend, thank you so much for listening. And remember always, your strategy matters. And now more than ever, your passion and the answer to those questions are what absolutely rule.